In this presentation, we're going to be discussing thirds and sixths and the similarities between them. Thirds and sixths are actually related to each other, which I'll explain a little bit later, but they have a very sweet sound, very kind of ringing sound, and they give chords their quality. So they're very important determining if it's a major chord or a minor chord, some other type of chord. It's dependent on the thirds and sometimes the sixths. They can be difficult to distinguish between them, even from the thirds to the sixths. So one thing to help with that is that if you listen to how wide the interval is. But they are very tricky to hear, so that's something that you're going to need to practice. Let's start with a minor third. The minor third is 1/2 step larger than a major second, so that would make it 3 half steps wide. You can also think of that as a whole step plus a half step, if that makes it any different for you. When they're written on the staff, you need to make sure that you separate them by one letter. So from A to C, either sharp, flat, whatever, that would be considered a third. If it's not separated by one letter, it wouldn't be properly written as a third. So let's take an example of this. We start on A, and we're going to move up 1, 2, 3 half steps to C. That will give us a minor third. Looking on the piano, we're going to have our A here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3rd half step up to C. This is what it would sound like. Kind of pretty. Let's listen to that again. Written on the staff, that would be 2nd space A to 3rd space C, of course, and then together. One more time, let's play it in a different octave. If we start on the letter F and move up 3 half steps, that's going to put us into this rung of the ladder of chromaticism. Now, do we want to use G sharp or A flat? Well, we know we need to skip the letter in between, which would be G, so a minor third up from F would be A flat. On the keyboard, that would look like this: F, 1, 2, 3. Between G and A, it's going to be an A flat, and here's what that sounds like. Looking on the staff, again, we would have F to A flat, not F to G sharp. So the top one is what we're going to be looking at. Let's lower this an octave again and hear the sound of it. Delightful. Major thirds are another half step wider than a minor third. So now we're up to 4 half steps, or you can think of this as 2 whole steps. The major third written on the staff, again, must be separated by a letter in between. So we start on C. We move up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to put us at E natural. And on the keyboard, that would be this interval. Here's what that sounds like. A little bit cheerier than the minor third. Just for comparison, let me play you a minor third starting on C. Here's the major third. They sound very similar, but if you're listening carefully, you will hear that difference. Looking on the music staff, we have third space C up to E natural. If we were to start on D, we would have to move up 4 half steps again. 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp or G. Which one are we going to pick? Well, we need to be separated only by one letter. That would be E. So we're going to have D to F sharp. Written on the piano keyboard, we have that. For comparison, here's a minor third on D. Major third. And again, that one written on the staff using the F sharp. If you see that F to G flat, you can see it's not moving from a line to the next line or from a space to the next space. That's actually going up a fourth. So we don't want to use that. We want to make sure it's a third when we write it. Quickly through some minor sixths here. The minor sixth is equal to 8 half steps, or you can consider it 4 whole steps. When it's written on the staff, they must be separated by 4 letters now. So A all the way up to F is going to be a sixth. This is a bit wider. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to put us A up to F. Written on the staff looks like that. So let's play that. A to F. That interval again. Again, a very pleasing sound there. If we were to start on C, let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G sharp or A flat, which one we want to choose? Well, we need to skip those letters in between. It'll be an A flat. Looking at the notation, again, a sixth is going to be from a line note up to a space note. Down here, this is actually written as some type of fifth because it's going from a line to the second line above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't want that. We want it to be a sixth. So the top one is correct. And here's what that sounds like. C, A flat. Again. A major sixth, I'm sorry, I cannot say sixths today. Major six is going to be 9 half steps, so 1 half step larger than the minor sixth. This is equal to 4 whole steps plus a half step, written on the staff, again, separated by 4 letters. Here's an example starting on F, and we're going to run out of space, so here's how you work that. Start on F. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get up to A. That's our 4th note, right? So now we're just going to jump down to A, 4 again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to put us at D. So F to D natural is a major sixth. It looks like that on the staff, and here's what it sounds like. Same one down an octave. For comparison, here's a minor sixth based on F. This would be F to D flat. Major sixth. You can hear it's very tricky to pull those two apart. The more you experience them, the more you play them on the piano yourself or an experiment on your instrument, the easier it will get for you. You can do it. How is this all related? Well, let's take an example. If we start on A and we build a minor third, we know we're going up 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got A to C, right? Now, what if we built a major sixth based on C? We would go up our 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, major sixth, 9. And that brings us to A. Okay, so now we have 2 intervals that involve the unique pitches A and C. One of them from A to C is a minor third. From C to A is a major sixth. Okay, that's kind of what makes it difficult to distinguish. So here's A to C, and here's C to A. You can tell that the second one's quite a bit wider, but if I play them like this, just switching the lower octave, you can hear the similarities there. Same thing as if I would played a minor sixth and a major third. Let's do G to B. Quite similarities there. All intervals in an octave will have an inverse interval. You want to listen for how wide the interval is to help you get it close. The math on this one, if you add the total number of half steps in those intervals, they will equal 12 because there are 12 half steps in that octave. So for instance, we know that a minor third is 3 half steps, the major sixth is 9, 3 plus 9 is 12. Those are related. Or a major third, which is 4 half steps, the minor sixth, 8 half steps, 4 and 8 is 12. Any interval that we have, we're going to see that there's going to be an inverse as long as it's within the octave. If it's less than 12 half steps. One more time. Here is a minor third. Increase to a major third. Here's a minor sixth. Increase to a major sixth.